All right, let's do this. Let's do all of this. I don't know. You get some writing in today. Today is the day. I mean, I got other stuff to do too, but what the hell? Bro, I got to turn this fan on. It's a little warm out. 75 degrees out. High of 80. High of 80 degrees outside. When did we start this? Oh, January. Okay. If you want to leave, let me go over here. Check these ruminations. I don't even know what that means. Not a lot going on in the sales department, to be honest with you. Not a lot at all. I really do need to write 2, 3 pages today, though. I'm getting just way, way behind. Yeah, get cracking is right, Keith, right? What's up, Chad? I got a short story I've been kind of playing around with. I want to finish that one today, if possible. And I got to jump into my Southern Gothic noir thriller. I haven't written on that in a while. When's the last time I wrote on it? Let me look on my sheet here. Wow. I'm gonna tell you the last time I wrote on that. That's impossible. Really? March 31st was the last time I wrote on that. Over 3 weeks since I've written on it. So that's got to be done today. About 1,800 words on Memoir Book 5. Somebody shoot me. I love these scripts. Nice. It's nice when you got ideas and it's flowing and you actually like what you're writing. Hopefully it leads to sales. Just got under 1K in this morning, ended with nearly 28 yesterday. Anxious to finally get book 2 out there. The gap has been too long for a supposed series. Keith made books 1 to 3 available on Kindle Unlimited. Hopefully you get some page reads on it. That going wide thing to me is for the birds, as us young kids say. And us young kids, we say that all the time. It's one of our things. The amount of spam to help me out with my YouTube is amazing. You know what, Keith? I will add your. Maybe I'll do it right now. I'll add your first one to my KU. Memoir of a Monster, Book 1. I'll start with Book 1. You know what it will replace? Avonwood Exodus. One of my 20 slots. All right, Keith. I got another book I'm reading now. I have to read for a review thing, but it's on there. All right. That was a lot of noise. This thing on? Oh yeah, because I got the volume up. Remember back in the day, when we had new cell phones, we used to always have used to beep. Used to have cool music. Britney Spears. This means my girlfriend's texting me now or something. Those people made a ton of money on that, on ringtones, right? And now it's like, yeah, nobody wants ringtones. I'm sure that's not even a thing anymore. Looking at the MLB rumors real quick. All right, nothing exciting there. I haven't checked it out yet. I downloaded it, but we'll see. If I like it, maybe I'll do a review of it. Probably not, though. I'm very, very, very busy. And important. Don't forget, important. Last night, the Tigers let the Brewers have 7 runs in the 8th. But yeah, that was not a good game. Red Sox, Yankees, either. I know you don't believe in Bigfoot. But you know what, Keith, though? I have a feeling Bigfoot believes in me. Are these crackers I'm going to eat? I'm doing much better with the eating. I had a single mushroom cheeseburger last night for dinner. I can't even open these packs. I got to cut them open. I was going to do the picante sauce. I was going to do all the breakfast burrito and stuff, and I was like, nah. And then today I had 3 fish fillets. I'm going to have some crackers. We want to believe. Exactly. If there was Bigfoot out there, that would be super cool, right? That we have definite proof. Somebody watched that show, The Proof is Out There? with Tony Harris, and they're always showing all of these Bigfoot. This Bigfoot. There's proof. No, that's definitely not. That's definitely not proof. That's definitely some idiot in a costume. So why are we doing this? You know, Kevin believes in you for sure. I don't know who Kevin is, but maybe. Is that the name of the Bigfoot? One, so one, two, three. Oh, I'm almost done with this chapter. Chase has ever seen the video where the guy is out in the woods? I think he's talking about where mushrooms grow, and you hear the super loud, high pitched shrieking growl fill the forest, and dude takes off. That was debunked. I've seen that video. Yeah, it's from another. Unless it's a different one, there was another. Like I watched that again. I watched that The Proof Is Out There show, and there's a video that somebody had recorded supposedly, a Sasquatch out in the wild, and it ended up being when they did this sound analysis, and it ended up being just another animal, whatever the other animal was. But it was online forever. Everybody, the proof is a Bigfoot, and then other people have taken that sound and put it on their videos, their hoax videos, and then they're like walking through the woods and they hear that noise and then they run away. There's like a family who was standing on the banks of a river and they hear this noise and they say to the mom, do you hear that? And she's like, what is that? And it supposedly was a Bigfoot, but it was not. I remember seeing the sound analyzer on that. I've been a huge Bigfoot enthusiast my whole life. I mean, I'm a fan as far as, man, I wish one of these things was real. If you look at it, I mean the whatever the big one that the guys filmed, that people still say is real, and it's just a dude in a suit, you know. Doctor thought I was a Bigfoot when my mom delivered me. Never saw so much hair on a baby. The um the proof is out there. This week I watched some dude is looking for the Loch Ness monster in Loch Ness, not in a lake in Ohio, and he puts he uses like the um, sonar thing, that the military used to use to locate Russian subs, and it's like this weird noise, and automatically we caught the heartbeat of the Loch Ness monster, and then somebody's like, "Yeah, that just sounds like interference from the boat because you're on a boat and you just push this thing into the water." But this guy is not deterred. It's definitely that's all it could be. The only thing that makes sense to him is it's the Loch Ness monster. Of course, he's running tours out there daily on the loch. There's also on that show. There's a Bigfoot dude that more or less, anytime it's Bigfoot, automatically it is Bigfoot, and he talks like they'll be like, well, there was, Bigfoot was, has been. This is the path that the Bigfoots take, and they. I got another thing of crackers. These are Captain's wafers from Lance. Um, this is where the Bigfoot. This is one of their paths, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you don't know that because you've never really. I don't know. No one's ever really actually seen a Bigfoot that they can definitely claim it's a damn Bigfoot. But you're acting like, yeah, wait, this is just normal. Kind of like, oh yeah, this is the goat trail, for goats. I had a guy get mad at me. Um, Dungeons and Dragons dude down in Orlando area that Larry Haydorn used to hang out with when they used to do their podcast. And he sent me a message. He's like, hey, do you have a few minutes? I need to talk to you. All right. Give him my number. He calls. But first he texts me footprints in the mud. And I'm like, what is this? Then he starts telling me about his Bigfoot sighting in Ocala National Park. I'm like, wouldn't that be a skunk ape? He's like, yeah, man, I just call them all Sasquatch. I mean, if you want to call it that, and I was like, okay, why are you telling me? Well, because nobody believes me that I saw these prints, blah blah blah. I'm like, are they just bear prints? Maybe I don't know. I don't know bear prints, but look how big they are. No bear is that big, blah blah. I'm like, if they've been out there a while in the sun and it rains on them, the if you step in the mud, it's just not a perfect. I mean, it after a while it spreads kind of like a Yeti. These prints are like, this thing must be 400 feet tall based on. I'm like, dude, I want to believe too, but I don't. And I'm not sure why you're telling me. Well, because you've written books about Bigfoot. I said I've written stuff about a lot of things. It doesn't mean I believe that these are actual things that exist in this world. I hope vampires don't exist. Actually, I've only written one vampire short story, I think, in my entire career. Like, whatever. So he was actually got mad at me. He's like, I thought you were a believer. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not a believer. I'm not. I'm not a believer at all. To be honest with you. There's a few things I do believe in this world that can't be easily explained. Okay, the fact that I'm so damn good looking, that's a good one. The fact that I think Sid didn't kill Nancy. I think Nancy, in her drug-induced suicidal state, stabbed herself with the knife. And I believe in a bunch of other stuff, but I mean, those are the ones that really, those are the two that really matter. You know what I mean? Keith, you get along great with Hunter Shea. He's always talking about Bigfoot. He just recently posted his Bigfoot toy collection. Yeah, they would get along famously. I did a book signing with him in New Jersey several years ago, and Hunter got very drunk like usual, and then he went and grabbed his Bigfoot costume from his car, which I mean, you should always just have a Bigfoot costume when you're driving around. And then he got into his costume and took pictures with people. Not if his Bigfoot is a mindless beast. I went to actually, I think it was in Ocala 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, to the Bigfoot conference there because a publisher wanted me to do a Florida cryptids book. And I was already writing, at the point I was writing the St. John's River Monster book for Severed Press. And I was like, you know what? All right, I'll go, and it'll be it's a tax write-off. And my wife said, hell no, am I going to that? I took my daughter. She almost got us killed. Do you believe Lizzie Borden had help killing her parents from her lesbian lover? I believe the lesbian lover is the one who killed them. Thank you. Is that where you're from, Keith, originally? From that, was it Falls River? Are you related to Lizzie Borden? Keith Borden? You had to change your name because of all the problems. Yep. See, I remember things. Fall River. Not Falls River, just Fall River. Okay. Or past tense, you fell into the river. But yeah, we went to the thing. I'll never be the most famous person. I guess not. You could be the most infamous, though, if you tried harder. And there were people at this thing, like a couple thousand people in the convention center. And they were talking about oh, you got Emerald from there too? I didn't know that. All kinds of crazy people from up there. And man, everybody had their Bigfoot story. And then there was one dude that lived in his car up on stage, one of the presenters, and he was talking about dimension doors and how that's why we don't ever see bones or anything else, and they're aliens, interdimensional travelers, and on and on. And my daughter the whole time was sitting there going, why are we here? And I'm like, shut up, you're gonna get us killed. Everybody here is in camouflage. Everybody here is high as a kite. They had some weed dispensary, was like one of the big promoters of it, and they had like 4 different booths in this place selling weed and weed accessories. I did buy a Bigfoot shirt though. I bought one for my daughter. He says, my father was in Emeril Lagazi's class, says he was a big poof. Mr. P in the house, Bigfoot. So we're discussing serious issues today. Yes. Well, there's two sides of the aisle here. Keith is a firm believer that there is Bigfoot. I am a firm believer that there's probably not Bigfoot. But anyway, I was looking forward. I was going to write because there are many Florida cryptids. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get some skunk apes. So according to, what's his name, Meldrum, the Bigfoot guy, he passed away 3 years ago. He did this like 2-hour conversation about Bigfoot in Florida. And he says in each group, there's an average of 6 Bigfoot. Okay. 2 parents, 4 children, Bigfoot. And there are 12 spots, potential spots in Florida for these Bigfoot. And he pointed them all out. And actually up here in Jacksonville, on the outskirts of Jacksonville, the unincorporated part is one of them. And one of them was Ocala, the right near where we were. So there's potentially whatever that is, 78 Bigfoots in Florida. And that's what he talked about. And my daughter said, she leaned over to me and she said, this is bullshit. And I said, shut up, you're going to get us killed. Don't talk like that really loud. We're the only people here not in camouflage. Relax. It was fun. And then I remember last year, I was like, hey, I'm going to get tickets for us. And she says, I'm not going. Ches is here in Battle Creek. We've got Jason Newsted, wrestler Rob Van Dam, actor Lance Barber, young Sheldon's dad, and 60s musician Del Shannon. Is it Bigfoots or Big Feet? I don't know. You know, that's a good question. Keith can answer that. Where I was born in Middletown, I wasn't born in Middletown, but where I grew up in Middletown, we had Miami Steve went to the same high school, except 15 years earlier than me. And a couple of football players came out of Middletown High School North, where I went to school. But I was born in Newark, and there are a lot of, Harlan Coben, born in Newark, Danny DeVito, John Travolta, a lot of people. It's Sam Squanches. Yeah, that does make sense. That's easy to pronounce too. Sounds good to me. I was born on the same day, November 21st, 1969, as Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, there's something. Bigfoots is considered the plural. Bigfoots. Hey, you bunch of Bigfoots. Get off my property. It's SD Cocky, by the way, Seminole name. There you go. You know, you also need to talk to Keith, Chuck Buddha. He is a crazy. In fact, I read that book. Let me get the. Were you on when I posted a review, The Secret History of Bigfoot, Field Notes on the North American Monster by John O'Connor? I got this in the advanced copy, and then I read it, did a review of it, and then I put it on the pile for Chuck. I'm going to give that to Chuck when he gets here from MondoCon. So Estee Lauder is what they call it. George Martin, with all those Bigfoots, they should have a representative in the state house. I agree, George. I think that's what we're missing here. That's the point we're missing. You know what? They are citizens just like us. Keith says they say Bigfoots fought alongside 3,000 Seminole warriors during the Second Seminole War against 30,000 American troops. Keith did see your review of that book. You'd get along well with my buddies Patterson and Gimlin. All they talk about is Bigfoot. Yeah, all they do is lie about Bigfoot. I don't believe that video for 1 second. In fact, in that book, the guy goes there to where it was filmed, and they try to recreate it. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Who knows? Just reminding everybody too. After we've watched this, I posted up a new Wednesday video about beta readers. So give it a listen. Give it a listen. Give it a watch 3 times. There's the girl walking her dog. 75 degrees out. She is dressed like it is 112. She's got a little half shirt. She's very young, very skinny. She's got her belly button pierced. It almost looks like 10 pounds worth of jewelry in her belly button. And she's got tight little biker shorts on and just sandals. I haven't seen the jogging lady. Mr. P, thank you for the comment on the beta readers one. Appreciate that. He says, I listened to Yngwie Malmsteen this morning. See, I can talk about other things. Yngwie. I haven't listened to Yngwie in a long time. Julie found footage. John D. McDonald's No Deadly Drug was about the Carl Coppolino murder in Middletown, but I don't think he wrote any Bigfoot books. Man, I wish he had written Bigfoot books. Saw and watched it already. Still don't know where to find beta reviews. Oh, they're out there. Sweet Jesus, they're out there. Yeah, I touched on it, but then I kind of remember, like, I don't even remember how I got half these people, to be honest with you. Malmsteen, great guitarist, horrible songwriter. You don't remember? I'll never forget. That's a good song. Once he was like, I don't want to just do all of these. I'm just not going to do Beethoven, Bach. I'm not going to do all this classical music on guitar stuff all the time. I'm actually going to get, who do you get? Joe Lynn Turner, Jeff Scott Soto, one of those guys, Graham Bonnet. His version of Since You've Been Gone that Graham Bonnet has played with in every single band he's ever been in is a good, because he does his own guitar solo on it. Much better than the Rainbow version with Richie Blackmore. Just kind of phoned that one in. Is there a beta reader pound like a dog pound? Can you adopt one? That's the goal, to adopt them. And try to keep them around as long as you can. Chess says, I'll Never Forget is the only song I remember. Have you ever heard any piece of classical music? You've heard Yngwie, because he just basically copies note for note all of that. I met him once at Club Benet, backstage at a Joan Jett concert. Joan Jett was playing that night, and I went to pick up tickets for the band that I was managing. And they happened to be, he happened to be back there, and he was nice. He wasn't like chatting with me. Oh, good. Netflix is increasing their prices. Well, thanks. $30 a month. 19.99 and then extra member because I have my mom on the plan. She doesn't live with us. That's ridiculous. Forward that over to my wife. Luckily, I do watch Netflix quite a bit. Excuse me for burping. It was those fish fillets. You don't remember Rising Force? I saw Ingve open for somebody. I don't remember who. And it was literally a 45-minute set. And I think he played like four actual songs. And the rest of it was all guitar solos and him talking. And I don't even remember who was the singer back then. But he didn't even let the singer talk. He was like talking about, how's everybody doing in New Jersey? That kind of crap. She says, I got betas after getting a readership first. Doesn't always work like that. That's just me. Places like this chat is a good place to find them. That being said, I will not beta read for anyone. Yeah, me neither. If you watch my video, I do not want other writers as my beta readers. And I'm gonna have Ingve in my head for the rest of the day, which is fine. It's just fine. I let him be there. My wife is my only beta reader. My wife is my first reader. She reads everything first, and then I use her ideas, corrections, and then I send it to other ones. You'll see it. You'll watch it in the video. Hope your wife isn't afraid to tell you when something sucks. Because when I read your stuff, Keith, if it sucks, I'm going to tell you. Also, is your wife an avid reader? That'll help too. His wife can't even read. That's the crazy part. Mushroom coffee today, people. Mushroom coffee. I got my steps in yesterday. I did very well. So I got a lot of steps in this morning too. So try to get this done. Put my big boy pants on. Are those jeans or are they more like is it a corduroy? Like a brown corduroy pair of pants? Lisa reads mostly autobiographies, which is Bigfoot. Bigfoot is it's almost an autobiography. So she reads a lot of stuff that Geezer Butler has written. Denim all the way. Those Bugle Boys. Wow. I haven't heard Bugle Boys in a long time. Bugle Boys. Hurtful Chad. That was his nickname in high school. Yeah, you got to prepare yourself, Keith. You don't know where it's coming from. No. Okay. Great. Now I got to get married. I'm not that committed. Yeah, unfortunately that's the only way to do this. So she's biased and doesn't read fiction. I'll try to find another beta reader. George says, just had a B&H commercial interrupt for a few seconds. Do you have any control of what they put in your ads? No, it's whatever they're paying for. Do me a favor, watch the entire ad. They're like 20 seconds to 30 seconds long, not 20 minutes like some people lie about. She's all those Janet Ivanovic books. That's my wife too. My wife, that's her favorite. Missed the word read in my last post. This piece says, thanks, Chad. I'm averaging about $5 a day on ads. So I appreciate everybody watching the ads and not immediately skipping them. The only thing I checked off that I did not want for ads when you initially set it up was no politics and no religion. Everything else is pretty much a go. Let's face it, if Armand had any control of the commercials, they'd all be Dunkin' Donuts and Freedom Rock ads. And what else would you want? Those ads, Chad, if they were 20 minutes long, the Freedom Rock ad, you would watch the ad 15 times in a row. That Freedom Rock? Yep. Yeah, I get some strange. I'm seeing some BS writing ones though. None of the shirts you've done have had any ads. I don't believe the shorts are monetized. The video has to be at least 8 minutes long for there to be an ad. So don't waste your time or mine just doing a playlist and watching through those shorts, unless you want to watch some coffee videos. Everything else should be long enough. Again, eight minutes or longer, you're gonna see at least one ad break. And if you've watched them more than 3 times, then you will not see ads on them. Yeah, like Chad says, shorts don't have ads. Time to do your walk-in talks again. I like doing those. I did them for Patreon for many, many years. And now instead of doing a 5-minute walking around the house answering a question, I'm doing these, 20-minute ones, which gives me more ad space. I assume I get different ads based on location. No idea. So what happens basically is you get however much money you get for ads. I have 81,000 followers though. So let's look at revenue. Let's give you kind of a breakdown. Again, they don't give you the last 2 days. They don't tell you what the money is yet. So, for instance, Keith, I haven't gotten an ad yet on this video. Huh. I don't know. Hopefully, it's coming. Hopefully, 30 of them are coming. I'm getting 12 cents as the average on videos. 12 cents revenue per 1,000 views. Now, shorts, it actually says I get 3 cents revenue per 1,000 engaged. So in a lot of videos, like the anniversary dinner one, I've made 2 cents off of that. And several other ones I've made a penny off of total. So yeah, not a lot. Now on live I make $1.59 average per 1,000 views. And my average is 2,000 views on those. Oh no, my total is 2,000 views. Sorry. My total is 2,000 views. My total for videos is over 278,000 views. Chez says, hey, I just got 3 Bigfoot memoirs in the mail with very sexy covers, I might add. Oh, those covers looked awful. I'm just kidding. Wait till campaign season hits. I'll be skipping those like stones on a lake. Yeah, I definitely am not allowing political ads or anything else. Which here's the thing too. I'll probably lose money on that, right? I would imagine if I let those dumb things go. But who wants to watch through that? Because then I'll also look at it and be like, I can't follow this. I can't watch this person's videos anymore because you got all these political ads. Which for me, I'm like oh, they have like oh, do you want to have alcohol ads? Yeah, what do I care? I'm still waiting for my AdSense pin to come in the mail because I should hit 100. I should hit close to $100 by the end of this month. And if it doesn't, then it'll just roll over to the next month. You might lose money if you don't allow campaign ads, but you'll keep an audience. I hate exactly, and that's why I'm like, you know what? Religion and politics has no place here. I don't talk about it. And again, I'm sure there's a ton of money out there because they're paying probably primo pennies, but I don't care. Because you're right. Once you start, Chet says, thanks for the books, Keith. As I told you, I don't often get copies of the books. I do covers for, so this is nice. Yeah, I never sent you a copy of mine either. Thanks, Keith, for ruining it for the rest of us, making us all look bad. Chad, mine's in the mail. Who is this? Who the heck is this stopped in front of my house? It's an Amazon driver because she's got the what do they call it? The penny on. Is that what they call those when we were in school? The little vest. But she's in her own car. They don't have enough trucks for these people. I guess there's two people in the car. You're welcome as well. Yeah, thanks, Keith. No, no, I look like a jerk. Keith says, "It's my lot in life to make you look bad. You're doing a great job of it so far." When Stephen Graham Jones blurbed Skullface Boy, I sent him a copy, and he was really grateful because he said that never happens. Keith, it feels like it's something that should be natural, but well, it's not. Where's the humanity? Yeah. If I sent a copy of every book that I use somebody for a quote or a forward, I'd never get anything done. Just said, okay, I just watched 3 full ads: Hard Rock Cafe Casino, King Shot game for your phone, and a What's Not app commercial. I started the video on my phone while watching on television separately, and those came up. See, those aren't bad ads. He did send me a copy of the book I wrote the intro for him. And oh, yeah, exactly. So shut up, Keith. Oh, did you get my book before you got Keith's books? Yeah, you did. Oh, Jennifer Johnson. That's funny. Jennifer Johnson at Gmail must be listening because she just sent me a spam message. Your Bigfoot book has 83 ratings. Let me guess. You want 830. I found high on Bigfoot while doing something I'm not embarrassed to admit, searching for a horror comedy that involves weed, cryptids, and 2 friends making terrible decisions on a mountain. That's what that's what you did. That came out 2 years ago? No, it didn't. It came out 3 years ago, you moron. Then I checked the publication date, April 2023, 2 years ago. No, that would be 3 years. I don't need your help to not sell a book. Keith says, well, insert foot. Exactly. But now I have to drop off because I'm too busy gambling while playing video games and buying stuff from what's not. The terrible decision those boys made was leaving that chunk of gold. One of those boys, Buck, is in the Mammoth book. Hmm. Me and my wife were gonna go for we're gonna go for date night tonight, but I'm like, do you want to go date night or want me to take something out? She's like, I don't care. And I was like, yeah, you don't really want to leave the house. I'm gonna make some dirty rice tonight. Dirtiest of all the rices. A recent review for The Bed Makers by myself and Bowden reads, I hated every single word of this book. Every single word? Wow. My guess is he was hoping for horror and got sad homeless crime with weirdness. Was not happy about that after reading some extreme recommendation from books of horror. Yeah. And they read them all, so how bad could it have been? Yeah. Chad, that actually gives me hope for some weird reason. As soon as the contract for the bed makers is done, I'm pulling it and remarketing it. Never should have let a horror publisher put it out. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Chad says, that was my intention, Ponty. I was hoping I'd help someone feel a bit better. For some for some reason, Memoir Book One was listed in nonfiction. So I'm waiting for the Bigfoot did not write this 1 star. I bought this Bigfoot at IKEA and it's not even a desk. Would not recommend. 1 star. Yeah, pretty much. I'll tell you what though, IKEA has some pretty cheap Bigfoots. I got like maybe 3 more lines and then I'll have another page done. So my second page will be done. All right, another page done. Do a search on Goodreads and search for your favorite books of all time. Then go read the 1 star reviews. Just go show different strokes. Oh yeah, which is again why I don't read reviews. My favorite review of one of my books is a 2 star for my zombie novella. He was pissed that the zombies didn't infect with a bite. I thought I'd do something different than the same old, same old. Yeah, they don't like that. When my zombies start to smarten up in the Dying Day series, I had a reviewer who just was like, "This is awful. This is not zombies," and they just did this whole big tirade, this whole diatribe about how awful smart zombies were, and why is the zombie talking? Shit, then read something else. I also remember when the first one came out, somebody was yelling about, arguing about fast zombies versus slow zombies, and how zombies can't be fast and because of muscle structure and on. And I'm like, yeah, this is not real science. Not real science. Not real science, you moron. Okay. I love it when there's deviation in the zombie tropes, but man, most can't seem to handle it. No, not at all. I mean, that's a line you do not cross with some of these people. Yeah, they have to. You, the infection has to be that passed along, but biting, they have to be slow. People in the world have to be awful. It's always got to be set in a dark and rundown city. I mean, they're just the you got to pile every trope, and if you do anything different, there's something wrong with you. Just some people search hard for something to complain about, like the chick who gave Stephen Graham Jones All the Good Indians a bad review because she was sick of cis white men writing Native Americans. Yeah, I remember that. For those who don't know, he's straight up Blackfeet tribe. And if you try to explain to that girl, she's going to be like, well, "Yeah, he doesn't write like that," or he'll just come up with some really stupid excuse. She'll blame cis white men for making her think it was written by them. Yeah, those cis people are never satisfied. They find happiness in misery. Yeah, yeah. You can't change their opinion because their opinion is valid in their stupid head. Yeah, you are one, Chad. So's Keith. So am I. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see what the new nonfiction books are. So a lot of stuff I don't really want to read. Jed, you're one because you were claiming to be what you were born as. That was a mansplaining that worked. I haven't been to a FWA meeting in a long time, but they never have good guests. This month, I'm like, oh, let me see who they have. Oh, it's a children's book author. Going to talk about how to write children's books. I don't want to write children's books. I got a book signing in what's today? Not this weekend, but the following weekend. I don't know what I'm going to do. Here's the thing. I got two choices here. I'm asking for your opinion. I could take. I haven't. So anything I've released in the last, say, year, I've gotten. In the last year, I've gotten 3 copies of each book that I've released. One for me, for my shelf, one for my mom, and one for Chuck Buddha, which I put in a pile, and Chuck will grab all of them at MondoCon. I don't have any for stock. So I have a closet in one of the guest bedrooms that is literally overflowing with copies of all my books. And again, you're talking over 100 print books or more there. That's including, if I was in an anthology, I bought 6, 7 copies. So I always had say 3 or 4 copies for sale. If I released a book, I had 12 copies. So I always had 9 or 10 for sale. So on and on and on. And so I still have a closet overstuffed with all of my crime thriller stuff and then all of my horror stuff. And I'm going to do this might be my last book signing for the year. So two ways I can do this. I can just, or 3 ways, 3 ways I can do this. Number 1, I take all of my crime thriller books only. And I have my crime thriller, crime scene, what do you call it, tablecloth. And I put my Dirty Deeds series, First Coast Thriller series, Down and Dirty series, a couple of the standalones, whatever I have. The stuff that me and Tom Duffy wrote together. And I do my typical $10, 3 for $25. That's it. I don't bring anything else. I don't bring any anthology. I don't bring anything else. Anything crime thriller, I bring. The second choice would be I just bring all of the old stuff. I bring all of my horror books. I bring all of the anthologies I'm in that I have a billion copies of. I bring all of that stuff. And I sell them for $5 each. Blow out, get rid of them. Oh, you want to buy 4 or 5? Here, take an extra book. Just to get rid of this stuff because it's been paid for. All of these books have been paid for years, some of them. And some stuff I'm like, well, I got 2 sets of Keyport Cthulhu. You know, I think I have 3 sets of the Dying Days print books. So do I take those and just get them out the door? Try to get rid of them? Don't know how many of those I'm going to sell. I don't know how many books I'm going to sell anyway. If I can sell 5 or 6 books at this thing, I think I'll be happy. Or do I do a combination of the two? Do I do half the table is $10, 3 for $25, all of the newer stuff. And then I do a stack where I put a crate on the table with all of those and I put a $5 sign. And do a combination of the two, which means I got to bring 2 crates instead of 1 crate of books with me. Any ideas? Miss P says, I wrote a children's book, well, a comic book. I'm proud of it, but it didn't go anywhere. Keith says, the set should be listed on eBay. I'm not doing eBay. Then they take their percentage, and then you got to mail them. I don't want to mail anything. Chaz, I did what you could to finally wash your hands of the old ones, especially the Anthos, and then take your most recent series. People love the newest thing. The problem is anything released in the last year, I don't have copies of for sale because I didn't have the room for them, and I wasn't going to do any signings. The only reason I'm doing the signings is because I did it the last 2-3 years, and the lady who runs it is very nice, and they feed you. And it's in a library, and I get to see it's like 2 blocks from where my son, his tattoo shop is. So I'll get to go in and see him afterwards. And my mom's a half an hour away. My daughter will bring my mom up. We'll go grab something to eat afterwards. So there's a lot of pluses, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I probably need to get rid of all that junk. The money's always been spent. You are not richer for holding on to them. What about buy 2 crime books, get a hard title, and let them pick the book from the bin? That could also be another. Even when you're selling the older stuff at a bargain, that could trickle into the other stuff once they read what they bought. That is true too. Maybe I'd be like, listen, I just had my wife make me a different sign because I have like a billion sign. You know, $10 each, 3 for $25 plus free book. Pick it out of the thing, get rid of it. George says, I like the crate idea for the older books. People will recognize that they are a good deal. Yeah. And literally I could like load the crate up, not and just leave it all in the crate. Yeah, I got to get rid of. I got so many books. I just got to get rid of. I mean, I still have like all the United States of Apocalypse books, and those are just freaking super crazy thick, 100,000 word books. That trilogy, I still have a ton of. The problem is when I bring those like stuff like that, when I would sell them, I would sell book 1, and then like say I had 10 copies of each. I'd sell all 10 book 1, 5 of book 2, and 1 or 2 of book 3. And then at some point I had no book 1s left and all these 2s and 3s. And then I would have to keep repurchasing to fill it in. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And again, like the books are paid for. What I need to do is start taking some of these and put them when we do, which should be Wednesday night, but we're not. We're not going to probably go to do date night tonight. But starting next week for date night, I'll take 5 or 6 of those books and just put them in the crates that we go to little free libraries. And we hit all the ones in an area. Just watched a commercial for Penguin Random House. Very fitting. See? That's right in line. George is watching all the ads for everyone, so we're good. Everybody else, you're good. He says you are doing this signing with other authors. Maybe you put the crate out labeled free books to draw the customers to your table, then chat them up. Yeah, but I just don't want you're going to get some asshole just going to come and try to grab one of each. I'm a little leery of that. And yeah, there's 30 authors spread all throughout the library. They have like the children's area in the back where all the children's authors. I get up front. She usually gives me a good table. Right now on eBay is listing for a book, The Pale White, as a premium leather-bound edition going for $250. I don't have that kind of edition. Wow. You should buy it. There's Charlie. What's up, Charlie? I think the idea of put $5 for those books, leave them in a crate, put them on the table, put all my other stuff for the regular normal price, and then say, hey, if you buy 3 books for $25, you get a free book over here. But not give books for free just for free, because then again, I don't think that's a good move. I want to get rid of them, but not get rid of them like just hand out free books and nobody buys anything. Because I'm going to probably have to pay for lunch or dinner. Not lunch, they're feeding me lunch for dinner. And I don't want, what do you call it? I want to at least have a couple dollars so I can pay for dinner. I'm here late today. Had to lead a tour for a field trip. Nice. Feed some of them little kids to the giraffes. See how they like it. You're like, this is a giraffe. This giraffe will rip your face off if you look at it. Don't look directly into its eyes. These are the giraffes, or as I like to call them, killers of children. They can smell your liver from 1,000 yards. Please don't get any closer. Exactly what I told them. And that'll be the last time you have to tour for a field trip. I sent the eBay seller a message asking more about the book. It's like I'm undercover. That is funny. Hopefully they're not. They have a pic on the listing. The pics in the listing have the cover blurred out. Well, that's weird. I'm seeing a lot of listings for your books, though, Chad. I mean, they're all reseller things. Pale White by Lutsky / Chat. Premium, let's say spelled wrong, leather bound. There've been a lot of scams on eBay recently. Recently, always. Blur cover would be a no go for me, even if the book did exist. Yeah, they have a lot of books. It's all just this same picture with blurred books. Yeah, this seller has, and they're all 190, 200 and something dollars. Item description: Guyan Books introducing a remarkable leather-bound edition meticulously crafted by the esteemed institution Rare Biblio. Following your order, we purchase the book from the original publisher distributor and embark on the process of rebinding to elevate this book to a luxurious reading style. We deal into reprinting of the masterpieces crafted by authors around the world. We're proud to say that we have a collection of over 25 million books, and our collection includes books that are as old as 200 years and hence are considered rare books. So basically, they're just taking your book and they're just slapping a new cover on it. And they're going to charge you crazy amount of money for it. Is Rare Biblio real? That's creepy, and it ships from India, but their feedback is 96.5%. So they buy a copy of the book and rebind it in leather for $250. All pirated versions, yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure they're just taking they're not buying your book. They're just downloading your book and then printing it. They usually take 40 business days to do it. And then a bunch of phenomenal feedback. Let's see the negative ones. Absolute scam. Even the photo is extremely misleading. The product is sketchy quality. Somebody says something in Spanish. A lot of people didn't even get it. Missing ink on too many pages. Yeah, this is just, it's not just you, Chad. It looks like they have a crap ton of supposed random, it's like random books. And I guess these listings are pretty easy because they're not telling you on the listings, they're not giving you specific books. So it's basically they just change the name of it and they're $200, $300, $250. That's crazy. I just bought 2 copies. Oh, they got mine too. They got mine too. $251.06. Bahama Mamas complete. Highway to Hell. Well, somebody has my SCW Wrestling Blood, Sweat, and Gold book, 2007. It's signed for $144.99. Yeah, that's my signature. Wow. Somebody's selling that book for a lot of money. That dog better not shit on my lawn, buddy. This one guy, he always walks every day. He walks his dog, never puts it on a leash. And people now, you little bastard, you just pissed on my little free library. You little fuck. This is funny. Somebody else has it pre-owned for $16.99. A much better price. Wow, that's funny. That is funny. Oh yeah, they got all my. I got tons of my books on here, but it's all thrift books. I got some thrift books. I got a lot of my books here. They want $30 for Shocker 2. Chad says they know how to buy the book, but can they bind the book? We have a Xerox printer at my company that can do glue bindings for books. Marketing makes fantastic brochures. Anyone can lease this machine. I guess we should be honored we're on their radar, right? It's almost flattering in a weird way. I had no idea so many of my, it looks like literally all of my books are uh, are on here. Some company named The Nile, they have everything listed. So of course, I'm sure they're all like 25, $26. So I'm sure they list them and then you buy it from and then they immediately go and buy a book copy from Amazon. Crazy. I got 147 listings for me. Hi, I'm Bigfoot. 1895. That's a good price. Ooh, a lot of these great book prices. They don't even have the image of the covers on them. I'm trying to see if there's like anything that's like out of print now or this one's selling all the first three First Coast Thriller series for $12.95 for all three. A lot of these are signed though, which means people have bought them. Yeah, this one I just wrote "Hope you enjoy," which means it probably was a giveaway or something. See, this is what Todd Keesling talked about. Gotta put somebody's name on the book. They're gonna sell it on eBay, make hundreds of dollars. Wow, Clash of Steel #3, 2006. One of these days, I'm going to do my when I was doing Carnifex Press. Keith had a book I released, fantasy book way back then. So that'll be included in that. Some of these people don't even try. Like, put the book cover up. Just as if you hit the advance button and then check the completed and sold listing box, you can see what is sold recently. I just did that, and someone paid $180 for the Avonwood Limited last week and $80 for Bruises. I'm such a cheapskate. I'd never pay that much for a book. I still have it with that Heather girl written in Freehold. Yeah, I got a copy up top. I'll do a video of all that. What button am I hitting? She got us that signing Virginia. Didn't we sleep in the car? Did we sleep in the car? I think we did. Yeah, I think we did. I think we were like, yeah, I can't advance. It's in little letters next to the big search button. Oh, okay. Completed items. Somebody bought Keyport 2 for $13.98. That's all it says. So I had one sale. I think we did sleep in the car at the rest stop. Don't tell any of the others. I think you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna guess you and I laid in the front seat, and my son crashed in the back seat. I forgot about that part. I'll never forget. So we're doing a. I think we each Keith and I each had like a thing where we were doing a talk, but I like yeah, cat's out of the bag now exactly. And I remember there was we're at a college. What was that? James Madison University. University. And some kid who was going to school there, and he's talking about, he's like, I can't tell you anything about my book I'm writing. I have to get it copyrighted. And Keith was like, well, it's automatic. And he was explaining how copyright worked. And the kid was having none of it. He was like, I can't even talk about it. Like what are you even talking about? The kid was nuttier than a fruitcake, as the kids say. I just remember the next morning, Keith woke up and he's like, "Man, I'm glad we had those pillows." And I'm like, "That those weren't pillows." All right, getting off of eBay, and that's a beat up copy though. Look like this dude let his dog eat it or something. Trips down memory lanes. Good times. Good times. I want to thank everybody for watching live. I also want to thank everybody for watching this after the fact, and for leaving me comments, and for everything you've done to help me so far. I appreciate it. Keep watching those ads. Doesn't matter what they're trying to sell. Just watch them. I'm almost to 82,000 followers too, which is crazy nuts. And I've written some pages, so I'm happy with that. Hmm. Learning a lot about the writing biz, watching these videos. The Bigfoot information should really help me along. I mean, that's really why you have to watch this. Forget all the advice crap. The Bigfoot stuff is where the real money is going to be at for you. I mean, for all of us, really. Hmm. On the short mystery group, somebody is posted the favorite used book you've acquired, because apparently they acquired some book from 1901 or something, first edition, somebody I never heard of, blah blah blah. So they wanted to brag about it, but instead of just bragging, they were like, "What are your favorite blah blah blahs?" Trish is Bigfoot. Yeah, we did a whole Bigfoot talk. You'll have to watch from the beginning. Keith is pro Bigfoot. He thinks Bigfoot exists. I am anti Bigfoot. I think they should all be killed. No, I don't believe that they exist. I did once see Bigfoot flying in Elvis's UFO, though. So, I mean, that's something, right? Sometimes you just need a good back scratch. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need it. Aliens crossed their DNA with Gigantopithecus and created us. There you go. What are you watching? Ancient Aliens? Man, Chuck will fight you if you tell him that show is stupid. The dude with all the crazy hair. Talk amongst yourselves. We got about another 10 minutes or so. I will. I'll probably be on tomorrow. Let's be honest. I have to go get the oil changed in the car at 9 a.m. And then, honestly, I will probably stop at McDonald's for a big breakfast with hotcakes for lunch. For a late breakfast, whatever. And I'll definitely be back on Friday. So you bring all your Bigfoot knowledge. Also, reminding everybody, if you are watching this, that Shakedown, the first book in the First Coast Thriller series, is free the next couple of days. So grab a copy, read it, and then buy the rest of the series. But don't buy them on eBay. They're way too expensive. Good stuff. Not sure what to add to that. Sometimes you don't have to add anything. Okay. So I hit my 3. Blabbermouth headline: Judas Priest released the best of Judas Priest career spending collection. Do collections like this even sell anymore? They already did one of those back when they were putting out good albums. There's already a best of Judas Priest, which has like all the way through Turbo, I think. And literally, I liked every song on that one. Pretty much after that, it was just like, yeah. Or Painkiller. Maybe through Painkiller. Once Rob Halford left that time, I was like, nah. Nothing really stands out after that. Most of the time, live albums and best of is usually just to meet contractual obligations. Yeah, which is probably what's gonna happen. That's probably the reason that they're doing that. It's funny, I haven't been on Blabbermouth in years. Like they don't want to put another album out, so they'll just do the live thing or compilation. Lord knows Sharon knows all about that. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta look this up. So let's see what this track listing is. So it looks like the stuff that I actually like. I mean, there's nothing new on that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a Judas Priest fan, you already know all of those songs. You already have all of those songs. So they're covering an SOD song on it. that would be, now you know what, that would be good. Like, oh yeah, Diamonds and Rust. The who was that? Is that a Joni Mitchell song? I think it's a Joni Mitchell song. Judas Priest, Diamonds and Rust. Yeah, Joan Baez. She loved the cover. Yeah, the best of things aren't really for fans. Fans don't want the greatest hits stuff. No. Especially if you put like one or two new songs. Remember, that was a big thing in the 80s and the 90s. Let's record 2 more songs that aren't good enough for any of our albums. And then let's do 2 live songs that we've already included on this compilation, and they're not good. Rashawn will slap on a live version of Paranoid, yeah, because nobody has ever heard Paranoid live before. Exactly. Still no mention of The Accused. Impressive. Yeah. Don't start them. Don't start 'em. We got almost 2 hours here. I'm gonna tell you what I don't thing I don't like. As I don't like on Spotify, all the Ozzy stuff, but they don't have Speak of the Devil, that live album up there. When they do it, when he does all of the Sabbath songs with Brad Gillis. I had the cassette of that in my boom box. That was a good album. Machine Gun Kelly and Fred Durst dropped new single. A new Lamb of God logo. Oh, good. I was wondering when we're going to get a new logo. All right, everybody. I will more than likely see you tomorrow, but I will definitely see you on Friday. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for talking about Bigfoot. Thank you for everything that you do.